Mr. Green, the MP for Bolton West, today rebuked pro-Remain MPs for urging the government to hold a second referendum on Brexit. He said, "We must regain control over our borders, our laws and our money, as well as having the right to negotiate trade deals around the world. There is no doubt in my mind about what the British people want us to do, whether they were undecided, voted leave or even remain. They just want the politicians to get on with it, to deliver the result. We want a fantastic relationship with the European Union." Chris Green MP, "We, the British people, want a fantastic relationship with the European Union, our friends in Europe. We want a far better trade deal than WTO, World Trade Organization, most favored nation status." The debate was arranged after 113,000 people signed a petition saying Parliament's vote on the Brexit deal must include an option to remain in the EU. The online petition, set up by French translator Anne Greaves, says, "A lesser of two evils, choice between a bad deal and no deal is not acceptable. Our country deserves better than Hobson's choice, and our MPs should be allowed to vote with their conscience to deliver what they believe is best for the country." Getty Parliamentary MP Chris Green said the UK must leave the European Union. Mr. Green said it was incredibly disappointing for Remain supporters to suggest that Brexit voters were voting for evil. He added, "The petition was signed by 113,000 people, which is a substantial number, but it falls short of the 17.4 million people who voted leave." In response to his argument, Lib Dem MP Vera Hobhouse said that Brexit voters were not clear exactly what they are voting for. She added, "The government's legitimacy for their version for Brexit is becoming increasingly less legitimate, but we are told over and over again that this is the will of the people, that the referendum result is fixed." Parliament. Mr. Green said a clear majority of British voters wanted to leave the EU. Mr. Green admitted the referendum debate was flawed, as voters were not as informed about Brexit's consequences as they could have been. But the backbencher said then Prime Minister David Cameron, who led the Remain campaign, was to blame. He told the debate at Westminster Hall, "When we take the question to the people, it's for both sides to make their case, make their argument. Perhaps there were flaws in the timing of the referendum, but the timing wasn't down to the Leave side, it was down to David Cameron, a Remainer. He was responsible for the timetable of the referendum, and that's where the accountability must sit." Parliament. Lib Dem MP Vera Hobhouse urged the government to hold a second referendum. Labour MP Catherine West argued that the City of London is becoming increasingly frustrated about the state of Brexit negotiations. In an attack on Theresa May and David Davis, she said, "They're worried about the lack of coherence over the government's Brexit strategy." Fellow Labour MP Liz Twist, who led the debate, added, "My own party has said that Parliament should have a meaningful vote on the Brexit deal. The petitioners are very clear that there should be an option to remain in the EU." Parliament. Today's debate on Brexit was chaired by Labour MP Liz Twist of the Petitions Committee. The debate came just a day before Theresa May tries to push the landmark EU withdrawal bill through Parliament. In response to the petition, a government spokesman said, "The British people voted to leave and the government will implement their decision. The vote on the final deal will give Parliament the choice to accept the agreement or leave the EU with no agreement. We are confident that we will get the best possible agreement and one which Parliament will want to support."